Right, good morning everybody. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to beautiful Lewes. So I travelled up yesterday all the way up to Ullapool from Ayrshire. Got the ferry cross from Ullapool. It was a lovely crossing, very wet. It wasn't a breath of wind. So today I've come to a lock that a lot of you that probably watched the channel in the past will recognise. I've done a lot from the bank here. But today we're fishing again. Oh, the midgie's already moving in. We're fishing again today, but with a twist. So I've brought my float tube. I brought a float tube because there's a number of times I've been here in various other locks where you've been casting and catching, but you can see bigger fish in bigger numbers, but they're outside of casting distance, or you can't access the areas where they are by foot. So I brought the float tube. We're going to get it pumped up. We're going to get out there and hopefully get amongst some of those bigger fish that I know are lurking in the depths of this lock. So I've got the floating line, but I've also got my 7 weight with a sinking line. So I'll see how we get on with the float. If the floating line's not getting down deep enough, or the leader's not long enough with the tippet, then we'll swap it over and we'll go for the sinking line. I've got all day. It's just gone 9 o'clock in the morning. So guys, come join us. Let's go and have a splash about and let's catch some fish. Tight lines, everyone. Okay guys, right, we're ready to rumble. Float tube took 2 minutes to get inflated and all the rest of it, but I've had to build my rods up, get my waders on, I've got my life jacket to go on. And as you can probably tell, I'm getting midgied out. It's 10 o'clock in the morning and the ground is so wet from the rain yesterday. They're just having an absolute field day. Open the boot of the car and they're poof, like quite literally flies to poo. Not that there's poo in my car. But so here we go. We're going to get down. I've already seen fish rising just to the left of this rock here, just here. So I'm confident we're going to get amongst them, guys, with the float tube. I'll show you when we get down there, and hopefully I can take this off once I'm on the water and away from the grass. But yeah, if you ever come up this way, guys, get yourself a midgie net, because they are the most irritating things ever. Ever. Absolutely ever. Tight lines, everyone. Okay, there she is, all ready to launch. So, just a few safety aspects. I've got my life jacket and I've got it on properly fitted. I've got the crutch strap on. It's nice and tight around my waist, so if I do need to inflate it, it's not going to pop over my head. I've got my net, I've got the hand bellows with me in case I spring a leak. I've got flies, I've got water, and I've got my midgie net, which I'm hoping once I get out of the water I'll be able to take off. So there you go, there she is. Brand new, haven't used it before, but just one last little tip. What I will do is I'll wade out to sort of just below knee height, and then I'll put on my fins. So the fins will go directly over my wading boots. And there we go, we're ready to rumble, guys. And what a beautiful day for it. Hardly a breath of wind, there's fish rising everywhere. So let's go and get amongst them, guys. Right guys, I don't know if you can make it out on the camera, but I'm pretty much mid-lock. And it is not very deep. With the Polaroids on, you can see the weed at the bottom. So I'm going to stick with a floating line and not go over to the sinking, because I'm just going to snag. I don't know if you can see that, but you can see the weed, and it doesn't look that far below my feet. But there are fish jumping everywhere. Oh, this is the life, my friends. I suppose we'll find out today whether or not I need a new set of waders, won't we? I'll finish with a wet bum. Could always have a kip. I might venture up that end, but I know for a fact there's quite a big reed bed around there. I've caught some stunning fish. So you can't see it, but just below where that little tower is on the horizon, immediately below that there's a small rock that's about a foot off the shore. And I've stood on that rock and fished before, and I caught some breathtakingly beautiful brownies out of there. But that weed can spread quite close to the shore. So we've got all day just to poodle around. In no hurry, are we? This is amazing. Oh, I'm so lucky. Count my blessings every day, folks, to be able to do this. It's a shame Lou and the kids aren't here to enjoy it as well. They could be out walking, I could be fishing. I don't know what that bird is it's calling. It sounds like an old 80s style telephone. There's that many fish rising. I'm wondering whether or not to put a dry on, but unlike around the car, there isn't that much fly life out here. Right, I've just come back in for a second, have a drink and a wee, and I've just gone back up to the car and grabbed out my little spinning rod and my little box of Impalas and Meps, because the fly's not doing an awful lot. I've had one small touch and that was it. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's my fly selection or my retrieve or what, I don't know. But I'm going to go back out now. I'm going to head back up towards the top so it's much easier to launch up there. And then I'll give the fly another 10-15 minutes, and if I've got no joy then I'll stick out some spinners and see if we can't winkle a few out. So let's go do it, guys. Let's go and catch some. Here we go, folks. Fish on. Oh, he spat it. Did you see that? On the old Toby. What a fish that was as well. Ah, bugger. I've been casting for so long and finally connected with a fish, and not on the fly, on the Toby. And he got airborne and away he went. But it's been nice to be connected with a fish at least. It was quite hard work getting out here because I've got a bit of a crosswind coming, so getting out to this island was quite hard work, but so worth it. Oh man, that was a good fish. Never mind, we know they're there. Good old Toby does it again. I think I'm about to get wet. It's just gone over all cloudy behind me and there's a fat rain starting to come down, so I think I'm gonna make my way back towards the shore and then just hide out in the car for 10, see if it passes. Other than that one fish, there's been nothing. Not a touch. A little bit disappointed, if I'm brutally honest, because this place normally fishes superbly. Alright, I'm going to get myself in, guys. I don't want to get wet. Directly. You're not going to believe this, guys. I've just got out the tube. Thought, do you know what? The rain's passing, I'll have a quick cast. Second cast, and I've got a blinking fish. All that time in that tube. Look at that. You couldn't bloody write it, could you? I'm not moaning, of course. There we go. Beautiful. You wouldn't believe it, would you? All that time in that bloody tube. And I get this little beauty. Unreal. There we go. Alright, little fella. Look at that. Stunning little fish. Look at the colours on it, on those halos on the spots. Just spectacular. Right, let's get you back, mate. There we go. That way. There you go. There he goes, off that way. You honestly couldn't write it sometimes, could you? Honestly can't. Just spent about 5 hours bobbing about and then wallop. Unbelievable. Doesn't take away the fun from it though. It was proper chill. Unbelievable. See if we can get another one. And again, folks, got another one that feels like a decent fish actually. I've got a feeling that the float tube scares the hell out of him. Ah, there he goes. Damn. Nice fish though. You saw it. Unbelievable. Yeah, I've got a sneaking suspicion that float tube, because the clarity of the water is so clear, it just puts them down. I've got a feeling it scares the fish, if I'm brutally honest. I was just bringing that back nice and steady, and then bonk. The initial hit was quite aggressive, and then he just kind of quietened off until I got into there. So in about 10 casts, I've had more action than what I had in about 4 hours on the float tube.